I will advise the PM. Somebody is advising the PM. Play what PM said. Good morning to the play there.
To say we are not going back to lockdown. So be calm.
Be calm. Be calm.
And I've said what the strategy is.
Yes.
It is now in your hands. Go and take the vaccine. That
Yes.
is the strategy.
Yes.
We can't hold it down and put a needle in your hand.
Right.
If you get sick, you take that responsibility.
Yes.
There is an option. We have vaccines all over the place. We have sites all over the place.
Yes.
I don't hear one person complain that they can't get the vaccine anyway.
Yes.
Go and get vaccinated. Argument done.
Why? Yeah, my favorite line now. Let's go again.
Argument done.
Remix the line of me now. Oh gosh. Xavier, I'll have to pay you. I want to pay like $100 this month. What we can afford. Because I don't have the Jamboree events yet. So, make a remix by the argument done. Let me see how bad it be before we got amazing coach. Ready? Remix. Argument done.
Argument done. Argument done. Argument done. Argument done.
Hey.
Argument done. Argument done. Argument done. Argument done. Argument
done. Look here, I say we'll put them something. We have to put them in a song. Any of the first artists was sending one song with that line there. Have we know them make it? Argument done. Look here. Prime Minister, you're smart. When the PM come in the line there, I only ready to go talk about Jamboree down at Tivoli Gardens and the uptown event them where you can't pass at night time. And we're going out of Belmont right there, so where you can't pass. Headquarters. I mean, I say over there, they're keeping about near there, which we say they must know we're going somewhere there. PM said, nah, look here, just get vaccinated. So that means if me have an event in it, and them have them vaccine. Argument done, you know. Argument done, you know. Look here. Big up to the bright people them among us. So we hope that the Lord will just make sure say all them brightness to save the nation and do all that stuff. We're looking for the plans. Prime Minister talk and talk strong about crime. We'll see how that comes too. You will say. Find the whole argument, nobody even talk to Prime Minister. So media will not come with a bag of question. Argument done. Get vaccinated. Now lock down the country again. So we said, but not fair upon those who want the Prime Minister to lock down the country, by the way. I don't care who you be. No, man. Jesus, you can't selfish someone. Every time lock down the country, lose money. Companies are closed. People have to lock up them companies. Lose all of them earnings and their income. And you just want to lock up in your yard because you're afraid of Omicron. Are you afraid of Delta variant? Are you afraid of COVID? Well, go get vaccinated and lock up yourself. Work from home. People like Jenny and say, we want to come out of the house. That's why we don't stay in there. Argument done. So PM, we certainly agree with you with that. You know, many companies have been locked down in Jamaica because of COVID. You know, many of us are badly in need of some kind of normalcy. Yeah. Argument done. All right. Inspector Perona Hot at Falmouth Police Station, Trelawney, on your promotion, we say congratulations. Wishing for you all the very best. Is coming from Wade. Congratulations. You got Angela Cooper in Kingston having a birthday. Debbie, a.k.a. Debbie's not about you. Good morning. Debbie sending blessings your way. Don't know. Boy, watch the list here. Sergeant Wallace, you're not sleeping on your bed. Boy. Congratulations to all the JCF members who are promoted. Well, you don't forget to who much is given, much is expected. We expect crime to go down. Argument done. So big up every time. Sergeant Perona Horton of Trelawney to Inspector. Something I read on the list here. Sergeant Mailer Wallace of Clarendon to Inspector. Oh, look at the name here. Sergeant Uriah Allen of Hanover to Inspector. Inspector Michelle Brown of Area 1 CSSB to DSP. Inspector Jackie Dillon of I like Jackie Dillon of Kingston CSB to DSP. Corporal O'Brien, Prize Bull Scarlett of Trelawney to Sergeant. Woman Corporal C. Reynolds of Westmoreland to Sergeant. Woman Constable Tamika Thomas, General Secretary of the Police Federation to Sergeant. Sergeant Wallace, Sergeant. Pamela Redwood, may you have the happiest birthday ever. Pamela is coming from Sheldon Bailey. Sheldon got your phone too. Yeah? You're important when Sheldon have your number, you know. Today's coach, Winston Nevers, is Earthstrong from Wayne, from the RGR Gleaner Group, from Scotia Bank, from Jenny, from your family, Winnie, and the kids. Winston Nevers, all netballers whose lives you have touched. We bless you up and we say happy birthday to you. We love you and we appreciate you. And yes, coach, if you're vaccinated, we're going to hang out. Coach, well gone. You ready? Argument done. Happy birthday, coach. Boy! Argument done. It's like the idea someone want. Music of us here, but you know not. Say, fill up the tip on the glasses, argument done. Shannon, what good over here? It's a brand new year, brand new year. Ready. You're my close, I'm with the hot spot there. Yeah, I'm with the hot TG. Never lick on no fun. TG, the hot spot there. Yeah, morning. Hot rusted. Smart there. TG, do you know what you say? Hot spot there. Anyway, lick on no fun, girl, I dash way. Tell them, that's what the hot rusted. Yeah, back with the butterfly door, hot spot. You know what? Glad I lock it down again here. Lick a fully. Because it rough for us. Lots of us have lost businesses during that awful lockdown. Thank you so very much on behalf of the business community for not locking down the country again. We thank you. It's not the idea someone want. Music of us here, but you know not here. Bonafide and the selfish people that have no business for lose, so no one lockdown country. Can't hear about spike. Well, stay here and get better. Go get vaccinated. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you. Hot yeah, I'm with the hot spot there. And you will come up and get a dash way. Take it personal enough. Oh, take the lockdown personal. You worry about one. Oh, they come with the way you talk. Very personal, my pocket a feeling. One tonight, me now be a jam. You hear no worry about one. When they come with the way you talk. We are far. The way you talk. We come here to enjoy the night. Girls, money and rum. Yeah. Girls, money and rum. It's been a stressful week. Wait till the weekend come. Weekend come, we have to worry about work. Put on me nice pants, put on me nice shirt. Clean like skeleton, we don't know about dirt spot. A quote in the Prime Minister, George Reid. A quote in the Prime Minister. The nice right now. Man, if I just quoting. The nice with an argument done. So we don't want it. Okay, this is not an argument for those who are anti-vax. Anti-vaxxers, please don't talk to me this morning. I really, when I make a decision, I never care about the decision I write about. No, me just glad. Say Prime Minister now lock it down again, and him say, hey, you have consequences, you have sides. We'll continue with business. And that's what I want to stay focused on. I don't care about your decision if you decide to not get vaccinated. Please don't bring me into that argument. It don't affect my economics. Lockdown affect my economics. So big up yourself, Prime Minister. Good morning to you, Mr. Crawford. How you do? Argument done.
We are promoting all Jamaica in terms of our heritage.
Yes.
Every space in Jamaica, and I am grateful to you and your station for recognizing that.
Oh my goodness. It's like denying yourself when you deny this kind of insert. You deny who you are, you deny your journey, you deny where you're going. It's a denial. And we can't deny that because as long as you're alive, Mr. Crawford, you and Jenny will make sure the culture lives on. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and it's for the entire Jamaica.
Yes.
This is why we are grateful to you on the station. We recognize all the spaces wherever possible.
Yes. Bless you.
We go all the way to Cascade.
Yes! Come on, Cascade!
You have 3 to deal with, You have Hanover.
Me no. Them spell, you spell, no. For them Cascade, spell with K. For them Portland Cascade, spell with K. And the Hanover one spell. I like how the Hanover one popular though. Every time we mention the St. John one, the ask me what if Hanover. No, we have a nice scale. On the hills of St. and on the top where you look out, I see 4 parishes. But big up to all the Cascades. What we talking about today? Okay, don't move. I don't want an interruption. Don't say a word.
Put turmeric in the ginger. Your everyday immunity booster. The Time by Jamaica Mountain Peak. Ginger turmeric teas.
8 o'clock right here in the 92. We're talking to Vivian Crawford. Good morning, Crawford. What are we talking about?
We're visiting Concert Spring this morning. You know Concert Spring?
You mean just up the road, sir?
Oh, there's one in Portland. There was the Jenny. Why do you think a place would be called Concert Spring? I guess.
Oh, I never even thought about that though. The spring is constantly springing.
That's right.
I didn't think of it.
Norwood meets Norwood Drive. There's a spring there, you know, which flows into.
Oh, the fording. That's a fording. The one where they put a fording? No?
Oh, you're talking Benson Avenue. You've gone too far.
I've gone too far uptown. I'm uptown.
Go Manor Park, and then you drive up Norwood Drive, as if you're going to Portland, but then you turn.
You know how far we're from Portland, and you still manage to slip it in. So up on Manor Park side there, so.
Norwood Drive, Norwood Road, and there's always a spring where taxi men usually wash their cars.
Ah.
So there, Miss Jenny, this morning we just want to visit Constant Spring because in that area is one of Jamaica's outstanding educational institutions. And before I go there, though, we were talking about Constant Spring.
Yes.
And the during Bedward's time, there was the argument that the Hope River healing is better than Constant Spring water. And there was a saying then, it is better to live in hope than die at Constant Spring. It's better to live in hope than die at Constant Spring.
So either way, then find a way to make sure you say the river better.
Now, when lands were divided in 1655 by Cromwell's army led by Admiral Penn and General Venables, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Archibald. You know anybody whose name is Archibald?
Archibald Gordon.
No.
Sorry, I know it's the last name, but the Archibald come on by it.
Miss Joan Archibald, attorney at law, is at the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport.
Good morning.
We now know how she got that surname. And he became, Mr. Archibald, Lieutenant Archibald, became a member of the first cabinet, the first council in 1661. Jamaica's first cabinet was 1661 School Challenge. And he acquired all the lands. He was given all the lands known as Constant Spring. And his son, boy, it's interesting. His son married Jean Wilhelmina, his sister, to the wife of Sir Henry Morgan. I learned about Sir Henry Morgan in school. Now, institution in the area, a very outstanding institution, as I said, is Shortwood Teachers College. And at one time in our history, Miss Jenny, 99% of students between the ages of 7 years and 10 years were taught in that school. You would have a graduate of Shortwood College. I know you're going to tell me about
Church Teachers College.
Well, at one time it was Shortwood and Bethlehem who were swinging it. So, Miss Jenny, I hasten to say that the colleges, they focus on early childhood education, and that college, Shortwood, was founded in 1885, and it came out of the reforms of Sir John Peter Grant after the Moranby Uprising in 1865, and it started at Barbican, but because of yellow fever, it was then continued. It was.
You have too many phones, you're confused. Are you the Prime Minister? Then do that talk, so you have one phone, I'll call the next phone. So you say because of yellow fever, it was discontinued. What was discontinued because of yellow fever?
No, they had to move the location.
Okay.
And it went to Camperdown. Now, Camperdown is off Constant Spring Road. That's near to where Queens High School is. You know Queens High School?
Yes, man, everybody know the Queen. Sorry, you have to say the Queen, sir.
There's only one B in the country and it's an institution.
No, no, the two of them. When I do events, it's scripted the Michael and the Queens. So
Because we have about the church.
and if you don't say the Pandy the, you can't go to the Monroe neither. Okay. So me just say the York Castle. Me just start say the York. Yes, brother.
The Miss Jenny.
All right. And then you go say the Titchfield. So make we the continue.
Right, yes. It really is important. And I did not say there was private tutor. No, Miss Jenny, the main building at Shortwood, that was destroyed in 1939 as fire. And so the building that we see today, that built in 1940. And you should know that in 1889, there were 18 students. And then when we went to where they are now, we have 50 students. Now I hasten to go on, Miss Jenny, to some of their graduates, and it's hundreds upon hundreds.
Yes.
So I just put my hand into a basket, and these came out. One, Miss Eslyn Rod at Xavier School. She was principal at Central Bradford. It was fun. Hello?
Watching face. Yeah, him look up. Him pay attention in class. Yes, him looking up.
Porus in Manchester.
Morning, Porus.
And then some of her students include Mr. Florida Glasspool, Wycliffe Bennett, Buddy Puyat,
Wow.
Pat Sinclair, and Sheila Barnett. We go to Honorable Amy Bailey. She went to Shortwood, educator, social worker, and director of Housecraft Training Center. She was born at Walderson, Manchester, morning. And her father, remember Miss Jenny, we said it on this program, lobbied. Her father lobbied for the abolition of payment of fees for children to attend primary school. We do not know at one time children need to pay to go to attend primary school. Now, her father lobbied for that and was a founding member of the then Jamaica Union of Teachers in 1894, now the Jamaica Teachers Association. Then we are going to a place called Townhead. You know what Townhead is, Jenny?
Townhead? No.
That's in Westmoreland, boy. And that from there came Honorable Edith Dalton James,
Okay.
after whom a school is named.
Yes.
And she was from Townhead, Westmoreland. And now we go to Mrs. Joyce Jarrett. You know, a place in Gibraltar Center.
Yes, real up in the bush, near where Romaine, because we're very proud of our bush. Lots of chlorophyll, green air, beautiful oxygen. That's close to where Romaine Burger is from.
Really? Well, Mrs. Joyce Jarrett, she is a graduate of Shortwood, and she's an expert in early childhood.
So she moved from so far up at Gibraltar to got shot with at all.
Yes, because she was a very outstanding scholar, so she would have got what is called a special scholarship.
So why she never get one to Church Teachers College?
Church Teachers College. I nearly said no born yet. But it's just last week, Church Teachers College.
Okay, I stand corrected, sir.
So, Miss Jenny, the work though of Mrs. Joyce Jarrett, her husband, Stern Jarrett, he was the principal at Spanish Town High. Now he passed on, but the work of those outstanding educators continues in their children. Listen to their children, then see if you recognize any. Dr. the Honorable Earl Jarrett. You recognize that name?
Yes, of course. You should see the smile on my face. Yes.
Then there's Althea Jarrett, QC. And you can take your troubles to her. And Dr. Sandra Jarrett, she's a chemistry expert. And then, final one, Dr. Esley London. She's from Harvey River, Hanover. You know Harvey River?
Yes, in Hanover. I don't know the West so well.
Okay.
So that's why the West, every time you do this show, let me tell you, them Skin Catch a Fire, they send so much love for you. And Anton and the whole crew, yeah, because you're speaking of places that people don't usually mention generally. So it's wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, God bless. So you don't understand how the Skin Catch a Fire for Westmoreland. What about it? Where is it? The first one was Top what?
And yes,
Top River? Top River. I know this one is what?
Harvey River.
Harvey?
Harvey.
Now, what auntie when name Mrs. Harvey? Go on.
Well, she was from Harvey River.
No, our husband.
Well, Dr. Ethel London, she is the pioneer of the tertiary education accreditation. And she is really outstanding. She was the first executive director of the University Council of Jamaica. And so we recognize her in a very special way. Now there's a practicing school, you know. All these colleges, they have a practicing school. And I want in a special way, short of practicing school, to recognize Justice David Bass. You remember that famous case with the police officer stopping you? we went to that this morning, but
which one? You mean to the left and to the right?
Yes. No.
Which one of the police officers stopping?
About searching. You remember there's a famous case about that. That's perhaps not for this morning.
Okay.
And Justice David Bass. And then from that practicing school came the late Mrs. Faith Inerarity. She was a permanent secretary. But I go on to the Brata that we are now mourning the world famous Sidney Poitier. And just to remind us that he visited Jamaica in 1968, and there was he visited the Sheraton hotel.
Nice.
You remember the Sheraton?
Yes. No longer is, but where was it again? Is it downtown?
No. The Pegasus.
Oh yeah. Oh, renamed. Yes.
I know you're from deep rural, so I think
Saint Anne. Yeah. Take time, Jenny. Saint Anne. But at least we know so the Sheraton was town.
so the Jenny from short to do, and this is the extra Brata. We remember an outstanding Jamaican Hollywood actress, Mad Sinclair. Her films included Star Trek, Cornbread Earl and Me, Convoy, Trapper John, Roots, and Lion King. She lived on Marvally Avenue, that's off Mullines Road, and Charles First Avenue, that's near Mullines Square. And her son, Gary, was head of what is now Flow. Madge died in 1995, but we will remember her 5-time Emmy-nominated actress. She's a 5-time Emmy-nominated actress. She went to Shortwood.
I'm most impressed with the first one. You said that the teacher she taught, I think you said Madge, and then you called some other names. I'm like, wow. No, the educator. Who was the educator? Who influenced? You mentioned quite a bit of them. The first one. What's the first?
Dave, I'm going to chastise you. Do tell Dave that Madge went to Central Branch.
No, what was the name of the educator that you said all these people, Wycliffe Bennett, a number of them?
Ethelyn Rod from Forest.
Yeah.
Minister Flyers Glasspool, Matt Sinclair, Buddy Puyat. Oh yes.
Yeah, man, that's for me that's outstanding to have touched so many great lives. Ethelyn. What was her last name again?
Ethelyn Rod.
And that's how is her Rod? RHODD?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have, as I said, Honorable Edith Dalton James.
Yeah, no. I want to not forget Ethelyn Rod. Not tell me no more. Every time you tell me forget no for what you say, because there's so many facts. I'm not forgetting Ethelyn Rod today as we link it to Matt Sinclair. I'm gonna play a little clip from Sidney Poitier. I do have my own brochure plan for you today.
Wow.
So blessings, Mr. Crawford. Thank you.
And thank you to Xavier.
Blessings. Have a good day, Mr. Crawford, as you continue to make. And don't forget, COVID don't know enough. So remember, we're gonna be videoing all of these. You and I have a date.
So at the which of the Cascade?
No, St. John. It has to be the St. John Cascade. What good?
God bless. Bye.
And of course, a little piece cannot resist this. And so many greats. It's like there's a change of baton and a change of the guard that's going on in life. Like we pause to send condolences to the Michael Lee Chen and Wayne Chen, whom I love dearly, for the loss of Hyacinth Gloria Chen. Of course, Sidney Poitier, another great also who passed on over the weekend. But this insert, listen to the power. Listen to the power of this delivery. Listen to how fearless he was as he took questions from the media that was pounding him. Please listen up.
In the last decade, Hollywood has witnessed the emergence of a few black stars who attract large audiences, black and white alike. It is possible for an important star like Sidney Poitier to be seen as an actor rather than as a black actor.
You're implying that there was something wrong by not being nominated.
Well, there seems to be a lot of talk in the industry. Apparently, no one has really heard from you. What are your feelings about that?
I was rather delighted not to have to sit in that auditorium tonight and wind up one of the four losers.
Outside of Hollywood, it's a different matter. Sidney Poitier's professional work is too often forgotten. The questions are too sharply focused. He is simply black. Mr. Poitier is not one to let this go unchallenged.
How close has my association been in the past with Dr. King? For some years now, I've worked raising funds for Dr. King because I believe still very strongly in his non-violent philosophy.
What do you feel Ralph Brown's purpose is now?
I figured that question would come. I am not familiar with all of Mr. Brown's methods, except that Mr. Brown suggests violence. Well, I am, as by definition, in opposition to violence, particularly violence for violence sake.
Do you think urban riots have affected it?
I would say that the urban riots have had effects in every corner of the country and in every arena of life.
Do you feel he's creating?
I would like to ask you a question. Why is it that you guys are hounds for bad news? Why is it that, it seems to me that at this moment, this day, you could ask me many questions about many positive and wonderful things that are happening in this country. But we gather here to pay court to sensationalism. We gather here to pay court to negativism. You guys have a job to do. I'm a relatively intelligent man. There are many aspects to my personality that you can explore, I think, very constructively. But you sit here and ask me such one-dimensional questions about a very tiny area of our lives. You ask me questions that fall continually within the Negro-ness of my life. You ask me questions that pertain to the narrow scope of the summer riots. I am artist, man, American, contemporary. I am an awful lot of things, so I wish you would pay me the respect due and not simply ask me about those things.
See this love that I'm feeling in my heart when it's undiluted, yeah, it's concentrated. And I wanna spread it to everybody in every corner, all over the world.
Maybe be as strong as Sidney Poitier,
Spread
as schooled as Sidney Poitier,
all over,
as red as Sidney Poitier, as fearless as Sidney Poitier.
yeah, spread it all
Over the
over.
I never forgot school to get schooled, you know. Just read now. Be educated now. Be empowered now. You can do something good with COVID, yeah, man. So when they fire you with questions, you fire them with some of yours. Thank you. you, Sydney Poitier, for what you have contributed in this lifetime.
I'm feeling in my soul.
Thank you, Hyacinth Gloria Chen, the matriarch. Some would say the matriarch of Super Plus. Thank you for what you have contributed. Thank you for your sons.
To every city and every village.
Thank you for your family.
All over.
Thank you for the financial knowledge.
Yeah.
Again, the fearlessness. Thank you.
Love, spread it all over the world. To every boy, every girl. Spread it all over the world. Oh, yeah. Spread it all over the world. To every boy, every girl. Yeah, yeah. Spread it all over the world. Oh, yeah.
You know we couldn't do Sydney Poitier and not give you a piece of this. It's like an atrocity, an abomination, if you will. You have to pay a piece of this. Although we say reggae, we say dancehall.
Those schoolgirl days of telling tales and writing nails ago.
So when other persons remember him for other movies, I only think of To Serve Love.
In my mind, I know they will still live on and on. But how do you thank someone who has taken you from crayons to perfume? It isn't easy, but I'll try. If you wanted the sky, I would ride across the sky and letters that would soar 1,000 feet high to serve with love.
It's 92 FM.
Awisa Radio, good morning to you, Muriel. Good morning to you, Marcia. Morning, Radlin. I'm so happy. We say it's a happy Monday. Yeah, man. Awisa Good Radio. Welcome to them. Full and wholesome, rich. May you be empowered this morning to leave an indelible mark, regardless of your color. And if it is that you need to rise above your color, to rise above it, do what you got to do. But be decisive. Stand strong. Stand tall as those who did before us. You have to be strong. But they're going to push you down. They're going to bury you before it's time to bury you. He lived till 94. They were trying to bury him long before that. But he stood tall, nice and tall. Thank you, Sydney. So for those of us who are still standing above this part of the soil, stand strong. Stand tall. Be resolute. Be decisive. Have a great 2022.
Baby girl, the bomb, the only one for me. Over and over, not telling this girl that you know me slowly. Loving your style.
I lost weight.
And the way you get busy. Driving the work and the way you set it up, blow it up for me.
Oh, yeah, that's the
lights up the place like dynamite. When me start wine on me body tonight. Send the head look up, come on, find the microphone. You know extra no check. Lights up the place like dynamite. When me start wine on me body tonight. Send the head look up, come on, find the microphone. You know extra no check. I'm a very caliente mamacita. When me put it on your call me a senorita. Give me the phone with the camera. So if you take a picture, save the memory, then video we under we lick up. I am the one, shake up the booty when me have beyond. Hope me enjoy myself with me dear one before me hold and pray with a girl. Lights up the place like dynamite. When me start wine on my body tonight. Send the head look up, come on, kind of microphone. You know extra no check. Lights up the place.
Get to the launch, right? I know you're the DJ, right?
Everybody hotter than a trouser Fahrenheit. Wine and a stay like a food like overnight. Big up slim and thick as we sell your life for the party. To the church me well polite. I got the sauce, call me Alfredo. Still a good girl and me rock me halo. On the waistline turning like a tornado. I climb from your mouth a big shit, it's up like. Some girl approach me to the lifestyle. Them not like me cause the white eyes. Some girl don't know what pipeline is. Life on the little them that's the nicest. Why me take your money on a style like this? Go on, bless God, bless a child like this. That's the good life. You know what don't you make me right now. Me not no worries. Gotta deal with everything. Gotta deal with everything. Right now. Me not.
You know, so me not no worries. But me definitely trust in the Father.
Nah. No, not him. Why worry when God a work? This 1 minute was everything I work still. Still I win when them say don't alert. You are mad over my lifestyle, girl. So me make a hit about them real bad. Girl, you see do not text tap me on your keypad. Screenshot me picture, girl, I'm mad, yeah, come mad. Them a try to tear me down, but me let them go bad now. Me not no problem. Gotta deal with everything, yeah. Gotta start out everything right now. Me not no worries. Gotta deal with everything, yeah. We not worry about no nothing.
Fresh cash, it's my fresh cash. I'm afraid to come, I'm afraid to come back. Fresh cash. I reason fresh cash. I'm afraid to come, I'm afraid to come back. When I make the money up, spend it. Time my luck every minute. I am looking for it. Them did I DMM means too much money. Them no one get for youth make so much money. They can't watch them. Still have the right ever for me cash them. If your money dirty, you better go wash them. Money wanting me up, can me catch them. Yeah, I know I do light for me match them. Money I never stop spend. Fresh cash. No reason fresh cash. As my friend, I'm afraid to come back. Fresh cash. My be a fresh cash. As my friend, I'm afraid to come back. The days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday and Thursday, and Saturday, Friday, Saturday. My girl with a 12 and that's my daily. She says our destiny to get next to me. This girl want flex with me, works with me, nothing less sissy. So me give you the best of it. The girl I like a gypsy. One more shot and she get tipsy. She have the itsy. Settle down on me, baby. And this is you was driving me crazy. No wine you want bless me. You don't take a bag of man like the baby. Settle down on me, baby. Rock it out on the floor in the ways.
I hear that Spice is enjoying 30 million views. She needs to give me credit for that. We did the first God on the challenge, remember? I started with my teacher, Katie, and the Small Treasures. The first set of people to do God on the challenge. And then everybody started trying to go down there. Remember Wayne Shaw? And some girl decided that she's going to look Trini. Okay, I feel, why not Trini, you know? I don't like them. No matter you come, Trini have a different kind of wine. But we were the first one. So big up to 7 Spice and congratulations. We're taking a break right here in the 92. As I said, big up to those on our FB Live. Hi, Carl Hardgrove. I can't wait to have you. Cannot wait to have you. Barry, what is it? Back up. Heather Virgo, good morning to you. I tried to go down before. We send you on over, you know how it is. To Xavier, Nicolisa Peach, good morning, Paul Ashman. All on the live. You want to say them back it up and Dave, but hope to on Dave yourself. Senior, hi. No, don't be here. Have a good year. It's a year enough to be here. Don't wait. Got it from Patrick Hilton. Go hard. Don't wait. Well, thank you, Patrick Hilton. I'm taking that advice. Not waiting.
Voices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is...
It is 8:30 on the 92. What is it I learned about Patrick Hilton, where they had a wonderful blast off at the Garden Group? I know that part already. I'm important. So I don't mention that part. I'm not taking part in that. So I was wondering what the hell Patrick Hilton is talking about. What was he talking about? I said, what a trite line. And then he says, somebody call one of his colleagues and say, you heard about the COVID? You hear about the fallout? And he says, I'm not taking part in that. And he says, every time people come to you with something negative that's happening, whether it be in the world, in their lives, you just make sure for 2022 and beyond, you say, I'm not taking part in that. Thank you, Patrick Hilton. I'm not taking part in that long time, but especially now resolute. And I absolutely love the line of your delivery that says, I will not wait. So y'all take charge. Make it a take charge year this year. Thank you, Garden Group, and your blast off that is always blasting such great and good things. Stop waiting. I don't like procrastinators. They usually don't do well. If you're one of those, change it this year. Stop waiting. Go get it. Soon come back.
Let your voice be heard.
See you tomorrow. We're on YouTube now. We're going straight on over, and I want to bring them to meet some Xavier so they get some direct contact. I like to share those. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. But see you also on the YouTube page.
From Mickey and Antonio's Super World Cup qualifiers goal against the USA. Fraser McConnell's historic supercar win in the Nordic Rallycross. Hansel Parchment's golden run at the Olympic 110-meter hurdles. Megan Tapper's joyful Olympic bronze medal in the 100-meter hurdles. Elaine Thompson-Hera's spectacular 10.54 second sprint at the Eugene Diamond League. Vote by text or voice to 876-444-2473 or online at the RJR Glima Sports Foundation website or any of the websites of the RJR Glima Group. Sponsored by the VM Group, J. Rand Nephew, Digicel, Pure Country Juices, The Glina, Radio Jamaica, Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and RETV.
You're live. Red, the man starter.
Hits 92 FM.
Pick up on your seafood restaurant. Xavier, call the artist name, introduce it. Let's go. Wheel it from the top and take charge. Let's go, Xavier. Your time. What we say?
Jabooks. Yeah. Introduce it, Jabooks.
This is his year to get comfortable with the mic. Nearly.
As a youth corrupt, you get a youth, you don't know we kid up, you know Babylon. When we walk, I jump down Babylon. Talk around, down Babylon. You know what is the up with your clams and plants, from contracting the man, from nothing, from no can come take from Africa, from me again. No one can come take from Africa, from me again. From nothing, from no can come take from Africa, from me again. No one can come take from Africa, from me again. Two religion, no problem, no Lebanon. Make yourself and a few man can be stand. When you look tricks and hands, implement a plan. Then you go be box again. You see you a driver and there. So the island of that now go share. Oh, we now get scared. We defend the square. Push a shaman of the age. You know can't come take from Africa. From here again. So nothing you know can't come take from Africa. From here again. So every night almost there when the ship stay. Manchester is in a Jesus name. One night me crazy, one night me say. But people of Rome and go up in a flame. I'm I said, I ain't no giving in. How when the going get tough, I said the tough get going. I'm not giving, don't give up. I said I ain't no giving in. No, Rastafari got another night from the beginning. A lot of youths in life say them can't take the pressure no more. But from the trust in the most high life, I go get better, I'm sure. The youth juggle from the roadside, Babylon, so if you take up your bag and way. No matter still not give up, me say we sorry as I rock like a lunch, not give up. I said I ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough gets going. One juggle your fruits, don't give up. I said I ain't no giving in. Oh no, Rastafari. Get paid, the government needs to and process. Oh, yeah. Police now get paid, them find it hard to serve and protect. And all we get from the government is a right bit and robust taxes. And them still a pressure the youth to run it hard on the road to get robust taxes. No, but there ain't no giving in. One let taxi you. I said the tough gets going. Now give up. I said I ain't no giving in. No, Rastafari it's easy to play that song. Step forward for me to a different melody. I'm in love of the music sounds. It's so much that we agree. Try to take it. It's just every job. Like to be a slanner and catch. We have
all wanna rock. Give me little one drop. Make the bass line roll and catch. I make we couple up and right non-stop. Me love it. Me love the juggling. All one foot for the dance, so do no struggling. No, never face. No need hugging. Good vibes in the place, no one watching. Sometimes we feel like this, feel like things are fresh. Oh yes, so blessed. You will lick one drop. Make the bass line roll non-stop. We love all the rhythm just a tap. We all roll a rock. Give me little one drop. The music's from Jamaica. I make we couple up and roll up right non-stop. Slide the drum on the bass line. The outfit to hold the wind up the waistline. Money to make one stop for just one job. And love, I'm there for strap with lyrics, the words and the melodies. Sing it to make one stop.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
One drop. Let the bass line roll non-stop. All the for the music at top. We are roll a rock. Here we
It's 92 FM.
It's the sound things that we do. Make it for now. Something of the things smarter now. It means that we got things can be dirty. It's like something we're not being smarter now. Look at the effort, put in the work, start running on the show, just the work that we have to get now. Why don't you say they are all in the world of the world? It's not the world of love, yeah, now. Sound things that we do. Yes, I do the one of us. The friends against after now. I'm not even that you the youth them spot for a project. I mention so far now. I'm the man of the internet and you're not even a check on what is up with them a watch you now. Oh, you want it come answer now. When you see a big pick with them and say you know now. Cause I'm the guy here. Righteousness against this and put you down rasta now. And all the people there that should be fighting this life. So nobody now is a little faster now. And that is why you blessing and stuff for we feel my Lord crack and up here disaster now. And you say this is not and so that be a church with a people like water now. Because everything you gotta do. Oh yes, we have to live. You want to watch your life, got to live. Cause someone's gotta do. You need to live, you even try to have to run the positive. Cause someone's gotta do. So even when you don't know what it is, it's good that you protect your way, you bring on yourself with this.
Let's take away the voices that keep the people right, don't trudging into darkness. We don't have to lose our part, make a full sound, different this, tell every artist. Media houses, we know this, support this, not this, so much alcohol with our parties. While the girls are broke out and they suffer, we say drink, not around, now she don't care. It's times like these, I'm missing our heroes. Times like these, I really wish they were around. It's not a be I'm just your man. We know you try your best, but we have figured out your best. Bring up the shot of them, and we have a lot of them. We some pop down the grip, them up on dead. Them up the national burning. Sell we are claiming, I think we're like a clap thing. Jam rock, we giving in to the trick, where them a trick we from the beginning. We haven't seen anything, we come from the start, already spin children, none them is running. It's crazy, it's amazing, our heroes. It's easy, like this,
can't believe when we see a one we see big man and kidnap little girls just to take off them. No, nobody can find her. No matter how hard they search, she never lived to see her dream. I get the gun a team. Baby, we just get hurt. Be and be alert. Hey, be and be alert. Yeah. See you from a little girl. And you know my praise so she don't get hurt. Be and be alert. Hey, be and be alert. Yeah. I put a mind on my girl. It was good. Put a fire on my girl. And when the night come round, beyond the watch for some boy, we just see a woman home. Then see one and take the children from the home and take them out of home. Never to be home, she find the water under the church's home. The child has been molested by your will not fully grown. To hurt the children that we can't control. Cause that a big folly. When I be alone, skip my money, girl. I know my praise and she don't get nervous. Be alert, hey, be alert, yeah. I do that mind, I don't know how to do this. Yes, everyone sing, but no one wanna make ways. Nobody wanna make ways. But it's a journey for everyone, the days and the days. Even down to days. Yes, everyone, yes, everyone, yes, everyone, yes, everyone. Be careful of the things that you do when you're on your way. Life is like a game, but be careful how you play. Be careful of your company and don't go let us stray. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Yes, I can practice, but no one wanna make ways. Nobody wanna make ways. But it's a journey for everyone, the days and the days. Even down to days. Yes, everyone sing. But no one wanna make ways. Nobody wanna make ways. It's a journey for everyone, the days and the days. Even down to days. Well, listen, this is a third drive from a half a walk. The only problem is I don't know if it's up like corridor. But only rich away they came to die, yes, man, it's how we know. Nobody can bypass on the road, yeah. You have to try empty and I chat alone. You can't walk with no man, yes, sir. Reality don't think I hear out and don't forget sex, a one-way street. Yes, everyone sing, but no one wanna make ways. Nobody wanna make ways. But it's a journey for everyone, the days and the days. Even down to days. Yes, everyone. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry's not good enough for me, baby. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry can't dry my tears, baby. Each time we fight, you come with your same story. You're sorry, but I'm sorry, cause I can't accept your apology. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but we don't believe it. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but we don't believe it. Where your mom and for yo, it's so repetitive. Me versus you, everything competitive. And you're so more confident. Now when I'm hyperactive, you say you want to treat you like a. Look at what you get. Hear about my feelings now. They gotta I wanna be more, baby, more than just a friend. Be more than just a friend. I wanna be more, baby, than just hold your hand. I want you to be my man, and we could be making love. I know you wanna, baby, I can't tell. I wanna be more, baby, more than just a friend. Be more than just a friend. I'm in love, this is it, yeah. I wanna be your girl with the script, yeah. We've been friends now for a while, baby, let's change your lives. I know that you're single, baby, so am I, so we can go. You're single, and you're single, straight through the window. I wanna be more, baby, more than just a friend. Be more than just a friend. I wanna do more, baby, than just hold your hand. I want you to be my man, yeah, yeah. Make you love, I know you wanna, baby, I can tell. More than just a friend, more than just a friend. I'm in love with the real you, cause I know the things that you've been through. And cause yeah, I'm sure that it's you that I'm into. And make this careless dream we got is crazy, so crazy.
Hey! DECISIVE!
Every man a look a start. Yes, everyone a look the go. So get it. On your mark, everyone a look a start. When it's come, lose come, think come. Creep before you walk there run. Everybody, when every man a look a start. Yeah, me want to do the trail ahead. But me a go and push a cart. Every man a look a start. Yeah, me a go and work me start. To the big light a do so make a man. Every man a look a start. Yeah, me just see it man with you. Start, every man a look a start. Yes, every man a look me go.
It's nice talking to Freddie McGregor and finding out that Ethiopia just had their New Year's.
I know every man a look a push. No.
It's 2015 in Ethiopia, right?
Look a push.
Look at that.
No man.
2021 in Jamaica.
How we want money.
I wonder what year it is in
No.
for real.
Especially economy no stable.
Sandy 7.
I'm really now.
Okay, and Hibbert morning.
Want to put food on them table, so when you see me with that.
So yeah, man, if you have to crawl and creep before you walk, do that something, but just go and start.
Sorry. One push a car, every man a look a start. Yeah, me a go and work, me start in the big like a couple mega mart. Every man a look a start. Yeah, me just see it from the news in Jamaica, and yeah, me pass out. Every man a look a start. Yes, every man.
So big up every time to YouTubers and the Jenny Energizer page. What you say?
And I look.
Thank you, Shanna Evans. Good morning to you.
Before you bought it, see him gonna tell me one and cocoa full the basket. Start with a stall and me done set the target. Start on shot on supermarket. Me a look a stall, look at them a look around, them a clown. Cause them a every dark we look about. A country we start now, we a look a town. We the in at the bank a look alone. Everyone a look a start.
If you were to vote on the state of emergency, what would you do?
Everyone a look a start.
Would you vote for it or vote against it?
Start with it big.
Yeah, we want to know. 878-0120 WhatsApp. YouTubers send it. You'd have vote for it or vote against it. State of emergency. What would your vote be?
Everyone a look go, so get set. And the man, everyone a look a start.
Because it could be down to votes. Government review 2/3 majority SOE voting bar. Charging that the 2/3 voting majority bar for the extension of states of emergency poses a significant challenge and may be used as a political ploy. The government signaled on Sunday that it was reviewing the requirement as part of a wider constitutional reform of the emergency powers and regulations. If you were to vote, would you vote for it or vote against it? Wayne Taylor, Massachusetts, good morning to you.
It's like we need a work on the street is rough. Every single day of the week in the street is rough. And the bomb like it.
Never wrong, family. Good morning.
Someone keep us down, but
Pamela Redwood, happy birthday to you, Pam. What you do? Have a super spectacular birthday. I know Shella will buy a drink. I know I'm going to find the money and buy a drink.
and the bomb like it, not only them I see. Someone keep us down, but we keep it up.
Today.
They was like me when preach it enough. But me know that God has guide me from evil loss. Still woman now ain't no more. I know that time is gone. Right now the time is gone. Who's in the last to find me? Maybe you keep holding on. One day your time will come. The system of time will come.
We're not locking up. All right. Let's see a little longer.
Right now I'm waiting time. So go and tell the finish line. If we go hard to where we want to in this time, we're family for living fine. Yeah, well, my mother life is sweet, sweet, sweet. So me I pray the thing deep. Have to pay the rent in this week. So me hustle all day and night in these streets. Me I pray and I hope and that. Tired of the old house with the road and rock. Me I live, but me life will be more than that. And me feel like it's hard. Well, we can wicked about ya. Well, we can wicked about ya. Selling friendship over the counter. They ain't too much wicked about ya. Yo, them not real, them dog. Them a smile and a fight against your real dog. You for them a trick, stop trick, yard. I want you have $1 for your key, yard. So big up all my friends with the clean heart. If you one link before the green start. You wonder what every shot you dream of. If you not here, well, it's how wicked about ya. Them wicked.
Although it is a band-aid to what really is required, I'd vote for it as a short-term measure. Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you, Bernard Stoney. 2 minutes to go before we cut right here in the 92. Your views are always so very important. You know that, right? It's your show.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Baby, when you're coming home, I don't really wanna be alone, girl. I don't wanna be lonely. Girl, I need someone to calm me down.
Will you be there with me through the storm? Girl, I don't wanna be lonely. Girl, I don't wanna be lonely. Hey.
I don't really wanna be lonely. Boy, I'm feeling for you only. By my side, you will always be. I don't really wanna be lonely. Boy, you are my one and my only. By my side.
My love, how you look on the outside.
Oh, looking forward to meeting you, Zach Finline. Zion, a wonderful son having a birthday. Have a good one. Happy 10th birthday. And hey, I know it's going to be a great 10th. Daddy, I'll make sure of that. Still don't get your last name, though, Zion. Hey! Can't learn when it's 92 in the place, so I'm here at 9 o'clock. Can't learn when big mouth, loud mouth, controversial, unapologetic oral traces in the space. Can't learn what I'm here. When we got Owen Brown, the man who was in town. Have a super day. Today is 9 o'clock. We're ready. You're ready for 2022? You better be ready because it's ready for you. Zion Taylor, be ready, my darling, and you make sure you do well. Make 10 count. Have a super spectacular day today. Yeah, what good. YouTubers, pick up yourself every time. Shine on the team, good morning.
I know say you look good on the outside too, but no, I know that not my wife.
Good job, Xavier. Well, the new year done. This is the week when you must stop. Say Happy New Year, right? Right. So from last week, you stop. Say Happy New Year. Yeah. How many things happen for you in 10 days?
I can't get married on divorce in 10 days.
Ah, jeez. No. Can't get married. Can't get divorced. Same time?
Of course.
Come to the law. You have to go through the process.
But man, I'm married and when them go for the honeymoon, it don't work, and by the next day, them divorce me.
You're not in Jamaica.
Because everything not working. What?
In Jamaica, the process not so fast.
After getting married?
Yeah, man, the legal process not so quick.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much time it take for the marriage? What you call it?
Consummate. Yeah. I mean, what a virgin question you asked me. So,
before it's official. You know, official is
same time, but I know so the law work with this to dissolve it. No,
you can't officially dissolve it, but you can.
You can cut, but you cannot legally dissolve it so quickly. It's gonna take months. Months and a week. And sometimes what I don't like about it is that they also try to talk to you, change your mind, see if it is they can do some. Yeah, they definitely send you counseling. And no, but sometimes you make up your mind and them just put you through this wrangling and you're done ready and you want to move on.
Some marriages that way.
Yeah, and I'm sure they would have though, to make sure they get to talking them out, talking it through, going through in terms of the sessions, and then
I think psychologically and emotionally, marriage can be an intimidating thing,
That it's mostly for men.
For men when
it's for men, yeah, mostly for men who are not ready, yeah, for sure. I can see that.
Intimidating thing can mash up your meds.
You know why though? Let me tell you why. So let me tell you why marriage can be that way, especially for men, because you see yourself as being locked up in prison. But you're not, no, and that's because too many marriages.
You're able to tell us that. You can't tell anybody that.
Me married or your chatter? Oh no. Wait, no, but I'm gonna tell you from the perspective. But you know, make Jenny tell you how though. No, you have to give me a chance to tell you how. No, but it includes me. What I'm gonna tell you includes me. Mr. Graham, but when I'm telling you, but you gotta make me tell you, because too many times when you get married to women who think they own you, you see, when you get into a marriage, if it is that the man think him own you and the woman think she own you, have problems, and that's when you become a prisoner. So if it is that you start your relationship with a level of freedom, just like Khalil Gibran says, you're in the same temple, but you have different pillars that hold it up. Then if it is you start your relationship on the individual ground that you're sharing space, you got to respect that space. There's love in the space, but you are still your individual. Like I don't answer, like I have my own phone. No, but may I tell you, but may I help you? You don't feel like when life lasts. We're going to answer your phone. We're going to dig up in your drawer. Yeah. Go on.
Simple to you.
Yes.
The very commitment
to marriage, in and of itself, is effectively a prison sentence.
But you don't have to. I didn't say it. You don't have to say it. No, you're not listening to me, you know. Young man, you're not listening to me. I'm saying if you're afraid of the things that they say for better, for worse. I'm saying you don't even. No, but I'm saying you don't even have to. You can do your own vows.
But you hear me say? You don't have to do no vow.
Oh. Gonna love sleep around.
No, I never said that.
I said that. Over to you.
Morning, Miss Hagar. Let's see you there. If I can know where to find them, I'm going to link it.
Yeah.
One of them there when Jelly dip on the OB, that means that we can list.
You can't tell us I feel like a prisoner.
Can list her, that means that we know that she dip on the OB, you know, because she can't pre-record OB. Maybe only can talk in peace and know that there's no threat of anybody.
Yeah, I feel like a
dominate the
prisoner.
conversation.
Not
like
true.
Big up yourself, DJs.
Y'all have a good day, yeah?
Well, I said, you're a trip and a half. You're a trip, 0.5.